Welcome, everyone. Well, this is where you go, good morning, teacher. Good morning. Oh, no, preacher. Okay, so what day is this?
Wednesday.
Third.
Day 3.
Day 3. Okay, all right. And then we have day 4, and then we have day 5, then we have a day off, right? Okay. All right. So, do you know what today's called, this one a day? Stop apologizing. Just stop apologizing. I cannot go through my day. And if I say this, you're going to think I'm exaggerating. People will come on and they'll say sorry or I apologize for even calling. I just want you to know that the harvest is going to go through. It's going to go through so easy. Why don't you open up your ears and become awake? It used to be sorry. Now it's so sorry. There's 2 sows, not 1 sow. And guess what? You sow what you reap. You low vibrational beings, you. You low vibrational beings. Don't do that. The most important thing that you ever protect is your vibration. I was just on the phone with someone. And they just started going blah, 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 and getting all anxious because I asked for something. And I just went, whoa, stop. We can just stop. Okay? You don't have to do that thing today. We don't even have to do anything ever again. You can't come on the phone and make me the reason why you're anxious. I said, I get more done than probably 99% of the population, and I do 10 times more than 99% of the population. I'm not bragging. When you connect to your breath and you no longer apologize, I'm not apologizing to you if you're offended by something when I'm trying to show you unconditional love. Every one of you, and I mean every one of you, unless you've done the work, you apologize and say you're sorry all the time. Does everybody realize that we don't even have to have money on this planet? Does everybody understand that? Does everybody understand that from the other one a day I did? Okay? That there are unhumans running this planet? And that you are actually a slave? And if you think that you're free, you're crazy. I'm as free as it gets. I'm not scared to voice my opinion. I'm not scared to let everybody know my vibration is. I'm not going to bow down to any authority on this planet. Bow down, most of you are scared. You're scared of the future. You're regretting your past. You never stay in the present moment, so you're not connected to your breath. And when you're not in this time zone of the present moment, you're always apologizing because you miss out. So there's 8 billion people now on the planet. Does anybody know that we could put 100 billion people in the country of Canada alone or in the United States and we would not be banging into each other? Has nobody noticed that if you drive across Canada, you can drive for 2 days and see no one in certain places? Do you not understand this? That the UN and all of the other organizations have nothing to do with you? They're to come and get you? We've already discussed it. There's a corner store in every corner. You have to go 10 blocks, not 1 block, if you want to eat right. Do the right things. So what? Welcome to an adventure. Welcome to the challenge. But stop apologizing. Let's see how long it takes for somebody to apologize to me or say sorry today. I guarantee you the next break, something's going to happen. Okay, I might walk close. Somebody might walk close to me, or they might just brush me. Oh, wouldn't want to bump into the almighty Dr. Wolf. Doctor means nothing unless that person, you respect them because they are training you to learn how to love yourself and care for yourself. Stop apologizing. Stop thinking that the government, whoever they put into authority, has authority over you. They don't. I know, but you do. You live like that. Everybody lives like that. It's quite annoying. I just want to run into the jungle. I want to run into the jungle. It gets really annoying. You think I'm kidding? I'm telling you that 50% of my calls, you know what? Oh my God, I'm talking to the great Dr. Wolf. I am just an average human being, okay, who wants to have the best life down here. And I know that the more that I can talk people into doing it, they're going to bring up the vibration around me. How selfish is that? Very selfish. I want the vibration up wherever I go. I want to enjoy myself. I don't buy into the sinner syndrome, the failure thing. You know, one of my colleagues, I said, remember the other day, because remember the last time I was here, and I don't want to keep ranting about it, but I just want to tell you something. They are full of hot air. Last time I was here and I did a course, remember, and I did trainings and I did lectures. Marketplace, which is the government's news agency to tell the people the truth, right? Spent a year collecting information. Oh, they're so good. You know, Dr. Wolf murdered 3 people. Well, if I murdered them, why am I only 60 miles from where it all started? And I'm on here every day. Why aren't they coming here? Come on, come and get me. I would love for them to arrest me. Not because I need the challenge, not because I'm challenging the government, because they have nothing. They made it up. It was all a lie. It's all a lie out there. And they made you feel like a liar. They made you feel like you're unworthy. You're not unworthy. You're beautiful. And if you don't buy into that, you lie to yourself every day. And remember what we talked about yesterday? Imagination. You have to imagine what you want before it gets here. Now that makes you a liar. And guess what? We love that children have imagination and they make up stories when they're young. But soon as they get past that age of 5, 6, you little liar, you. It's hard to find an adult that you like. It's hard to find an adult that likes himself. That's why. Don't look for approval from your family. Don't look for approval from your friends. Don't look for approval from the majority of the population because they're never going to change. And people will say, you are a pessimist. Shut your mouth. No, the majority is never going to change. They're not going to change. They never have changed. And you know that most of you are part of the majority. You won't be at the end of this week. You already know that, right? Am I right or wrong? Okay, you've been here for how many days now? 2. Okay, have I done more for you in 2 days than you've had your whole life? Absolutely. Yeah, 2 days. I told you that. This is day 3. By the end of the day, there won't be anybody left that hasn't got a crack in their coconut and they can actually smell the sweet juice of unconditional love. The only reason why you're going to lose that is because your family are a bunch of terrorists. Because your friends are a bunch of terrorists. Because your co-workers are a bunch of terrorists that don't love or care for themselves, and no way are you going to have it. How many times in your life have you been jealous? A lot. because you believed that you were dysfunctional and you couldn't get or do what that person is doing. And it's not true. It's just a program. So that's why I want you to have compassion for everyone, but don't feel sorry for anyone. Don't have pity for anyone. Have compassion. And when somebody's reaching out and they want help, you give it. And when they're not reaching out for help, you shut your mouth. And you stay quiet. And you hold on to your vibration. Every time you go after someone that doesn't want it, your vibration comes down, yes or no? You have to work 100 times harder. You know, when I first started in the business of health, by the time I was, believe it or not, by the time I was 27, I had the most powerful body work in the world. You think about that. And I knew it. And I would be in a restaurant and somebody would be limping, somebody would have a cane, somebody would have, you could tell they couldn't lift up their shoulder, and I would say, hey, can I help you? It was like, who in the hell are you? Bugger off. You know, people aren't ready. If you sat here and you didn't even open your mouth and I never talked to you, you'd stop shaking in 2 days. See the gentleman behind you in the green shirt? He couldn't even sit down. He had to pace. He drove everybody crazy for half a day, and I allowed him to torture the whole room. And then I said, sit down or get out. Because this is all just you needing love. This is you crying out in desperation because the little boy in you, okay, you banished the little boy from joy when you were very little. And guess what? This is you. You don't even know why you're anxious. You don't know why you're running around. You don't know why you're doing it. Just sit down and try to love yourself and connect to your breath. If you connected to your breath, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out, you'd stop shaking. If you connected to your heart and put your hand on your heart and you did 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out, you'd stop shaking. Yeah. And understand this. You had a trauma thing too many times, and then guess what? You're still living off of it. You're still repeating it, and you do it every day. You're bigger than this. Everybody can change and cure and heal. And they can do it that fast. But you won't give it up. Because there's a part of you that's getting something out of this. Let me tell you something. You get somebody that is has a disease, right? Okay? Understand, you have that disease for 9 months or more, it becomes your frenemy. Oh, you don't give it up. You don't give it up. My cane is my best friend. My walker is my best friend. My wheelchair is my best friend. Are you like out of your skull? There was no canes, no walkers, and no wheelchairs around when I was younger. They were a rarity. Now they're everywhere. Now we've got obese people buying electric chairs who are going to run us over. Beep, 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 beep. Bugger off. Get out of your chair. Beep, 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 beep. No, seriously. You need to understand the government, the medical system, they're not interested in healing and health. And understand, nobody understands healing and health. So when somebody is like this gentleman right here, the whole family's going, oh, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. Or they're annoyed by him. One or the other. Because they're emotionally broke and they don't know how or what it is. Everybody thinks that there's 105 different cancers. Everybody thinks there's 175 autoimmune diseases. And there isn't. There's only one. And that's you being a terrorist because you were programmed to terrorize yourself and tear yourself apart on an emotional level than a physical level. And you never have to apologize to me because you were set up. There's nothing stupid about you, but you were stupefied, just like me. I'd rather live one day being me than live 100 years being 99% of the population. Because I know that my spirit will live forever. And I know that, guess what? If I live in honor, integrity, and respect of myself and that which created me, which I don't have a clue what it is, but I just know this, that guess what? It's not coming to save me. It's not, I could pray all day. Get off your knees. Get off your knees and take massive personal action. And if you believe in something that's invisible, like I do, and that I will never know what it is, and I believe in it, and I adore it, and I humble myself down in front of it because I was created. But guess what? I'm not used, hey listen, I'm not one big nipple. They're not sucking off of me. The government doesn't suck off of me. The medical system doesn't suck off of me. The so-called psychos that are doing all this don't suck off of me. I don't buy into anything they say. They don't scare me. Think about how often you get scared. Stop being scared. Connect to your breath. Do the Lionheart breath. 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. Don't apologize. And nobody has authority over you. And don't dare this next go around. I'll be talking about it, but not in this course. There's a 4-prong approach they're coming after us. 4 prongs. Last time it was 1. So what do you think is going to happen when right now they're saying that 92% of the population is suffering from depression, which there is no depression, just anxiety, because guess what? You were scared, and guess what? You were apologizing and saying sorry too often. There's enough food. Oh my God, are you guys like out of your skull? Water, food, air. The money thing's an illusion. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, all of these families are all one family. They just broke up and they changed their names. And they sent them to all the countries. And they serve beings that aren't human. And they feed off of human beings. We are their fuel. Do you not get that? But there are universal rules. If you stand in your power, if you have unconditional love for yourself and you vibrate high, you're untouchable. They're after the rotten fruit. They're after the rotten fruit. They're after the rotten people. Stinking thinking. Rotting out. I told you yesterday, women are dropping babies like crazy because their whole pelvis is rotting out. Take a look at pregnant mothers. Look what they eat, the way they drink. And look at the stress that they have because they bought into, they're coming for our kids. They're coming for us. Let them come. If we all said, let them come, let them come. So thank you for being scared. Thank you for apologizing for existing. Thank you for saying sorry because you brushed into me. Are you crazy? Thanks for bumping into me. Thanks for touching me. Thanks for coming together. Thanks for spending the money you spent to take this course. Because I'm going to tell you, whether you believe it or not, you'd say if I had the money, I would have spent 10 times as much for this course. And I know that. This is the most powerful, emotional, nutraceutical exercise all around the board course. You're going to find that before we're done. And it's only 9 days. And do you know why? Because you're a genius. You know why? Because you're an enlightened being created by God Almighty. You are not a piece of meat. You're not stupid. And the people that think they have authority over you, they are twisted and sick. And the ones that aren't twisted and sick, they will do anything for recognition. And they are so low vibrational, they just want a pension. And they've never had any authority, meaning they've never had any feeling of power. So they will go to the dark side to get it. And it's never going to change. Are you okay with that? It's never going to change. If you had learned to love, honor, and protect yourself, maybe our kids would have a chance. And I just want to thank all the adults, the alcoholics, the prescription drug addicts, the tokers, the smokers, the vapors, the overeaters, because guess what? You're so numbed out and so toxic This is why our children are in jeopardy. Until the adults learn how to love, honor, and respect themselves, our children are threatened. Oh, wait a minute. I told you to go in and find the little child inside of you. Didn't I? Didn't I? You have no problem sitting now, do you? You took your kitty litter and made it into a sandbox. Now you could use your imagination for creating beautiful things. You could picture your wife wearing a bikini and she's slim and toned and she doesn't have a belly that looks like she's 6 months pregnant because she has so much inflammation in her body that her body has to retain the water. Do you like him now that he's like this?
Wonderful.
Isn't it wonderful?
It is.
Has it changed the way you feel?
Yes, it has.
We affect each other and we infect each other. And you're going to either infect her with love and healing, okay? Or stress and a mess. This is not for him to have guilt. Because she should have held the line. If she had more respect for herself, he wouldn't have turned out like this. She hasn't learned to respect herself or honor herself enough to hold the line. But that's like most women, right? Yes, women, 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 yes or no, yes or no. Am I being a chauvinist pig right now? Am I right? Yeah. So when are you women going to find your ovaries? I want you to grab your ovaries right now. Hell yeah. Grab those ovaries. If you don't, the extinction is only probably, well, I think by 2030 we could lose 25% of the population. And the reality is they don't have to do anything anymore because guess what? Remember something? Did you know something? 82% of the population is overweight. 60% of the population is obese. Well, obesity means you're on your way out. You're on your way out. And they're the majority of the population. So what I'm saying is not like, who does he think he is? I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist, right? Oh, you do know they just did a big major study. 62% of all children have a chronic disease. Are you like out of your skull? Seriously? 10 years ago, okay? 10 years ago, it was 1 in 4 had things like allergies. Now, that would be 25% had allergies and asthma and things like that. 62% have a chronic disease. And this is because the adults are so numbed out. Because we didn't learn about emotions. We didn't learn about smiling and keeping a slight smile on. Who do you think you are? Don't you tell me to smile. I'm not going to smile. I got nothing to smile about. And that's most of you. I walk around with a slight smile and the bombs go off. Yesterday I found out that somebody who was working for me lied to me. And guess what? I'm working on an app and the app is not real. So I've got something to learn too. That app was $140,000. I'm back. Does it look like I'm disturbed? I'm back in the saddle. Had a meeting. And guess what? Now we're starting from scratch. I'm going to do this. And I'll tell you, the only thing that I know is that now I've got to come up with the money. I've been working 2.5 years to pay that app off. Now I got that one paid off, and I get to pay another one off. But the reality is, all I said was, I'm just getting started. I got this. I'm even more infused to do this app because we need this app. Because this app will bring in younger people. This app is going to be used for BHN University so that people can come on there and do their studies. This app is going to be used to bring everybody that has something, a gift for the world, is going to be able to put it on there, and I'm not going to rake them. They're going to be able to sell their master classes to people around the world. No matter if you're in a village, in a jungle, because it seems to be internet's everywhere, but we're going to be able to reach people everywhere. And this is what this app is going to be about. It's going to be something that you can count on. So what does it take for you to break? I'm just getting started. I love the child in me. So no matter what the trauma is, or what the challenges are in my life, I will always find the time to laugh, to smile, to play. Just know that they've won already. They'll never win me, but they won already. All these psychos could go to the beach now. They don't even have to do another thing. They could close down all the systems like the W, you know what, and the U, you know what. Everything could shut down right now, and there will still be a disaster because you're programmed to kill yourself and your family. And tell me, and this is not supposed to be, oh my God, can you pick up the topic? No, just look around. And remember something, you're allowed to have fun all day long, no matter who's suffering. Did you get that? If you don't learn that, then you're going to burn that. You're going to burn. Learn or burn. Learn or burn. And that's what's going to happen. It'll be really interesting to see where we are at 2030. And I mean this in the best way. I never want to see anybody suffer or anything, but this has been the greatest 3 years of my life. I came through this with flying colors. I did everything I wanted to do, and I did it even better because it challenged me. This is either going to make you become more, or it's going to break you. And what I've seen is it's doing a good job with the breaking. It's yours for the taking. Listen, there is a God. There is a creator. There is a source. And that which is that is not going to get in any more involved than what it is already. You have a choice every day. You have a choice every day to rise or despise your life. And that's it. You have a choice every day. We are a part of that created the university. Why do you need, the universe? Why do you need more? Why do you need more? Why do you keep begging for help to come? You're the help that you've been looking for. Well, you keep begging for it. To beg means you're on your knees. I'll get on my knees for nothing. I don't pray for things. I demand them. And whether you want to believe this, my Creator, my God, works for me. It doesn't judge me. I think we got enough going on, right? We've got people down here trying to kill us, and they could be even living in our home. Meanwhile, that which is supposedly created the universe loves us and hates us. Sounds like a dysfunctional human being to me. Do you understand where I'm going with this? So what should we do today? Dance, play, be in the present moment, and understand something. 1/3 of the world you've never traveled to because they've got it walled off. 1/3 of the world you've never seen. They won't let you get to it because it's theirs. That's the truth. And you do know that by 2013, all the ice caps were supposed to have melted, and we're all supposed to be drowned now. Why don't you go back and take a look? Isn't that what the brilliant Al Gore told us? Yeah. And he's still going on. What a moron. To be a president, you need to be a moron. To be a prime minister, you need to be a moron. You do. You have to have moronic beliefs, and you have to be a Muppet puppet where somebody's just driven their fist right up your butt. And they're doing all the talking for you. So understand something. Don't be scared of them. They have no power. I don't do this to poke the bee's nest because they're not after me. I already told you that. And just know this, that most people are on autopilot right now, aren't they? Right? The subconscious. 98% of your day you're on autopilot. Only 2% of the day you're in the conscious moment. Unless you do something like this, 3, 2, 1, I got this, 3, 2, 1, I love myself, I got this. You put a slight smile on, you connect to the lion heart breathing, put your shoulders back. You mind your own business. You go after your passion, you go after your purpose, go after your dreams. Are you ready to keep on hesitating, Kim?
No.
Huh?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. I think we scared Paul off, didn't we? Well, that's because that would be about enough, because I'm always at him.
Maybe he's booking his flight to Kathmandu.
Yeah, really. He's gone to Kathmandu. So what do you think? Should we do some amazing miracles today? Because we are the miracles. We are the miracles. Miracles happen every day. We are the miracles. Just think if we were to come together. Okay? What if we were one big melting pot? Okay? What if they couldn't get you to hate East Indians? Oh, sorry, Shalou.
Just try.
Huh?
Just try.
Just try. Okay? Understand something, okay? All right?
See what happens when you say that?
Yeah. You know, I got to tell you something, and I mean this, and I know I won't, but if I were to lose everything, I'm everything already. This is not me being cocky. You have no idea of the sense of joy and love and peace that I have. And yesterday at 5:40, I found out that, you know, the last 2.5 years working my butt off went down the drain. And I just went like this and said, and today we're doing a meeting to reconstruct again and go for it. And if I do it right, in 8 months, we'll have it up and done. You cannot live a big life without having big things blow up as well. Okay? You cannot do that. It's going to come and it's going to happen. I did the best I could. I tried to make the best decisions I could. Did I learn from that? Yes. But you can't do better till you know better. Mm-hmm. And guess what? That was the ticket I had to pay to get to the next level. It's just a game. And it's not called the game of love. It's called the game of self-love and self-care. So the next time that they tell you you failed, the next time that they tell you you sinned, are you just going to grin and win? Or are you going to buy into their BS? Whether it's the government, whether it's religion, whether it's family, whether it's a community, who cares? We already know that the biggest part of the population is lost. Will they be found? I don't know. Is it my business? No. You are my business. And I promise you, by the end of the day, you will be drinking that sweet juice from the coconut called self-love and self-care. That you no longer will feel like a car that you need your family to fill you up like a gas tank. You will become tank full because you are the love that you've been looking for. And the reality, what if the only reason why we're on this planet is to be able to love ourselves unconditionally when no one else does? What if that was the only game on this planet? Well, I believe it is. Because the only thing that these psychos are threatened by is self-love and self-care. Because self-love and self-care gives you sovereignty. It gives you inner peace. It gives you strength. You depend on no one. And that's the only time you're going to have it. And to have self-love and self-care, unconditional love for yourself, means that you had to have plugged yourself into that which created the universe. I have a direct line. Thanks for joining us. Have a beautiful day.